welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make Rice Krispie treats. So the ingredients you're going to need for this are Rice Krispie cereal. You're going to need mini marshmallows. Oops, one just fell out. You're going to need 3 tablespoons of butter, which is like a pretty small amount. And then the stuff that you're going to need to like cook it with and stuff is pan. I'm using a bigger one, but you can use whatever size you would like. I have 2 wooden spatulas, one for mixing it all up and the other for pressing it into this pan when you have to store it in the fridge. And then you're going to need to butter this pan up for your Rice Krispie treats. And then you're going to need 2 pot holders, and you're going to need a cup measurements. So the first thing you're going to need to do is butter up this pan for putting the Rice Krispie treats on it after, because they're going to be sticky and it'll be harder to cut up if you don't put the butter on there. So then the next thing you're going to do is we're going to take 3 tablespoons of butter, and we're going to need 4 cups of mini marshmallows, and we're going to have to put those in a pan over medium heat on the stove. So the first thing we're going to do, like I said, we have our pan here, and we are going to, wrong one. We're going to turn it up to medium heat. We don't want it to be too hot when we're melting the butter, so probably about that much or so. And now we're going to take our butter, and we're going to put it in this pan. So as you can see, the butter is starting to melt, so we're going to need to mix it around a little bit. But since you just turned the burner on, you don't have to pay too much close attention to the butter as much. But once it starts getting hot, you're going to need to mix it around quite a bit. Make sure you have a cup of mini marshmallows ready to go for when you need to mix up all your marshmallows, because you have to make it kind of a fast process, because you don't want your marshmallows to burn, because they can burn easily if you don't pay too much attention to them. So as you can see, the butter is like almost completely melted. So we're going to take 1 cup of marshmallows and put it in here, and we're going to mix it a little bit. And I'm going to do this next part mostly off screen, because you have to make sure you mix all your marshmallows and get it done fast. But you're going to need 4 cups of that marshmallow. So after you get all 4 cups of marshmallows in like this, it's going to start to melt. And I will check in when the marshmallows are done. But you want them to be kind of lumpy. You don't want them to be too smooth and soft, because then your Rice Krispie treats won't be as like gooey on the inside, and that's what makes them really good. So, but you have to make sure you constantly mix this up, because if you don't, they might burn on the bottom. So once you take your marshmallows out of here, they should look somewhat like this. You want to have some lumps in them. And now we're going to put 6 cups of Rice Krispie treats in here and mix them in. So when you're mixing them in, they should look somewhat like this. You can see they're pretty like gooey, but not like, yeah, they're actually pretty sticky, but that's how they're supposed to look. The marshmallows and the rice cereal are all mixed in, so now I have to put them in the pan. So after you get that all mixed in, you're going to take your Rice Krispie mix, and you're going to put it in the pan you're going to use to let it cool in. It's kind of sticky, so it's kind of hard to get it off, but you're just going to keep putting it in here, and then I'm going to show you how to flatten it down in the pan. So after you put it on here, it should look like this. And now you're just going to take a different spatula, well, at least I'm going to take a different one, and just press it down like this, so that try to make it as even as possible. So once you flatten it out, it should look like this. And now we're going to let it sit out. I'm going to let mine sit out for about 30 minutes first, and then try it to see, but it could vary on how much you made, and it could cool faster or it could take longer to cool. So I would just keep checking it to see how long it takes for you. I let my Rice Krispies cool, and then I cut them up, and they look like this, and they turned out really good. And I'm super surprised, because it was my first time ever making these, but they really weren't as hard as I thought they would be, and I would totally recommend trying this recipe. So make sure you like, subscribe, and hit the notifications bell so you can see when I post new baking videos. Also, comment down below what other baking videos would you like to see. Also, go check out my other baking videos. I've made fruit pizza and s'mores bites recently, so make sure you go check those out. Bye, guys.